Hey everybody, it's Blast338 coming at you live this beautiful Monday evening. It is cold out there, so what better way to snuggle up and play some D&D 5e with Mr. Faust and the crew. How you doing, guys? We got a Siberian Tiger with us. How you doing, Tiger?
I'm doing okay.
And then we got Typort. Typort, how you doing?
Fantastic, man. Ready to
of
have a blast.
Oh, it's going to be a lot of fun tonight. All right, and then of course we got our forever DM, Mr. Faust. How you doing, Mr. Faust?
Hey, Blast, doing great. Thankful to be in the heat right now.
Dude, it was murder today. I mean, it was like 9 degrees out this morning.
I know. I was setting outdoor units.
Oh, that's always fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no thanks. I don't miss that at all. So, anybody care to recap last week?
Sure. I think last week we finished the fight with LB. Well, yeah, I didn't get the note, so and we finalized the fact that it's our castle now. And then we explored the castle. We found out there's a magic room that whoever enters it, it's like customized for their bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them had a magic item of some kind in there. Meanwhile, Dragonheart went to the basement and almost let out some evil monsters. It would have been bad.
That would have been hilarious, actually. But
and then before LB left, he said something about that we had all the information or clues to where we were supposed to go, and we were going to investigate that today, I guess. That's about as much as I remember.
Yes, that you found clues, and you just basically, keep your eyes open, and it will come to you for,
That's right. Yeah, because I found the magic book.
Yes.
It was written in Celestial, which I read, so I knew what it said, and there was six like undead dots. Well, there were 6 dots heading for the town.
Right.
And then when we got there, we asked what was going on, and they said undead are attacking. So we put the 2 and 2 together. That there's 6 undead attacking the town.
Yes. And that's pretty much where we left off.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. So I guess if we want to go ahead and roll initiative.
Okay.
12.
Turn on my thing real quick. Oh, there we go. I got a 17.
Okay, 17. And I heard a 12 from Tiger. Mr. Faust?
I got a 15.
15, okay.
I don't even see him on the initiative thing.
I'm sorry, Tiger. What did you get again?
Oh, there he is.
A 12.
For some reason, it didn't save yours. All right, now we'll have the ghouls roll initiative.
Oh, shit. Ghouls?
Yep.
We don't know.
And they're going on initiative roll 14. Okay. Our cleric is up.
Okay, let me just All right, so what do I see? Because last I knew, I was running towards where the people said the undead were, but I don't.
Right.
any undead
You don't know precisely where
currently.
they're at just yet. You know they're coming
Right.
from like the north, um like what would that be considered?
Alley,
West,
street,
like
district.
northwest like area.
Right.
Um
Right.
so you would
I
imagine
mean, do I need to make a perception to see like which way like is everybody running the same way? Are they running two different ways?
well you don't see them at all right now.
No, I meant the people that were running away.
Oh, they're just
The villagers.
it's yeah, by the time you
They're
got there,
just pandemonium everywhere.
exactly. Like the place is pretty well cleared up by now. They've gotten pretty good at evacuating.
Okay. Is this to scale? Like if I move my guy 30 feet or something?
um yeah, I mean we'll say like your token is about a 5 foot cube. So
I'm sorry, somebody was knocking on my door. You said something. What now?
your token is roughly 5 foot.
Right. Okay. So I would go. I guess my movement 30 feet. So put me about the end of the alleyway here.
Yeah, it sounds about right. We're not
So I'll
too
go.
strict on like movement and stuff.
Yeah. We'll go there,
I mean, if you would have
and
said 30
then
feet was like up here, I'd have been like, no.
right.
But yeah, you're right.
Uh,
Like 30 feet would take you there, probably like maybe even like in the center. I mean, it's not that big a
yeah.
deal.
Knowing that there is undead and I don't see them
Well,
currently.
you know it's undead because of the people that you ran into.
Right.
Watch out,
I
they may
think
come out underneath the ground and attack you.
um so I think I'm gonna go ahead since I'm the undead guy here. I will use a third level spell slot
Mm.
on Spirit Guardians.
Okay.
Just anticipating at some point I will see undead. And it says you can specify, people that aren't affected. Obviously, my people and any like
Right.
humans and non-undead. uh,
Anything that's
so
not undead.
any undead.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. If there's a random dog, I don't want to hit it with my spirit guardian.
Exactly.
So that would be an action, and
Spirit Guardians is a bonus action.
oh yeah, that would be a bonus action. And then yeah, I guess. Mm, Yeah, I don't want to hold my action because if something comes up, I want to maybe use my reaction for something else. So that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay.
Or, well, I guess I could use a dash action. Let me dash and just get fully in the center here, just another like 7 feet or so, and that'll be my turn.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, we have the Shield Master herself.
All right. She's gonna position herself near Elric.
Okay.
Okay. Are you dashing or?
No, yeah, I'll use my action to dash.
Okay. You want to be behind, next to, in front of?
Let's go to the
Movies.
north.
Let's all go to the movies.
The north?
Oh.
Okay.
And that's it.
Alrighty. And it's the ghoul's turn. All right. You see them round the corner and start coming after you.
Okay, and then let me just double check the Spirit Guardians is 15 feet. So if they get within 15 feet of me, let me know.
Whoops. That's not what I wanted to do. um, Measure. There we go. No, they're still a little ways out.
Guys look creepy.
Alrighty, and that is for their turn. We now have our very furious fiery gnome.
I can't move my token.
You can't move your token.
Why'd you break it?
Oh, well, that's well, it says you're. All right, well, let's try it again. How about now?
Yep, now I can.
Okay.
Uh, 25 feet will give me about right here.
Okay. You can see these over here then.
I mean, these right here?
Yep.
Or these right here?
No, you can see the ones you originally, these guys right here.
Okay. Then I'm going to cast Spike Growth right here.
Love that spell.
Okay. Spike growth.
And it lasts up to 10 minutes.
What's the radius on it?
I think it's
20
20
foot.
feet.
And that'll be it for my turn.
Is that a 20-foot radius?
Yep.
Doo-doo. Okay. Cool.
Well, basically it blocks off here, all the way across this alley.
Right.
Well, if I'm remembering the spell correctly, it's not discriminate in that if we move through it, we also get hurt, correct?
I don't know. It says with everybody.
Yeah. So
Any
as long as we don't
creature-
move, we're fine, but if we move, then we're taking damage.
Then again, this circle could be facing forward more.
Well, you're fine. I just wanted to make sure we all understand
Yeah,
how this spell works.
you can
I only did it so they either have to go through
yeah,
it
if you
or
center
around.
here.
Yeah. Then they would have to walk through it. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
That sounds good. Because that doesn't that like quarter their movement speed or something too?
Right.
So they'll
Well, I
be
think
stuck
they
in it
have
for a
to.
minute.
I think they have to.
Difficult terrain.
Yeah.
Right.
And they must make a wisdom saving throw too.
Okay.
All right. So the north is pretty secure at this point.
Yep.
Yeah, Velix isn't going anywhere near those spikes.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's pretty well close enough, right?
Yeah, that'll work.
It's not the easiest tool to use.
Yeah, it's not.
Alrighty. We are back at the top of the list, Mr. Cleric.
Okay. Top of the list. Dude. So there's no like I don't see or hear like villagers nearby. Like everybody's like fled away.
I mean, you can hear
There's
them
not
off
like
in the
a-
distance. You could still
Right,
hear,
but it's not like
you
there's
know,
a random kid crying in the hallway or the alleyway over there, or
make a perception.
people jumping out of windows. Make a perception.
Oh, piercing damage for every 5 feet.
Mm-hmm. It's a 10 perception.
Yeah, you don't notice much of anything.
Okay.
Oh, do they need to do that save right when you cast it?
Mm, I don't know. I can't understand this, so I'm just gonna.
What's
Let me look it up.
hold on here.
Oh, wrong button.
Spike
There.
growth. Here we go. Ground. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, so when it moves, it takes damage. And the DC is just to see if they notice it, but they saw it being cast, so they would notice it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then
The people in the west alley, they might not have seen it, so if they were to turn the corner, they could maybe not see it and walk haphazard, but I don't think that's going to be an issue.
right.
So yeah, it's difficult terrain, and they take 2d4 every 5 feet.
Ooh, I feel bad for this guy right here. He's pretty much gonna walk through the whole thing.
Yeah. Okay, so now that we've got that, and I don't see or hear any random people. I think I would. Whoops, let me click on the select tool. I
Gas
think I
meteor
would.
swarm directly down on top of me.
Yeah.
If only.
No, I think I want to move to right there.
Okay.
Because I'm not worried about the people on the north. They have a few turns before they get here, if they get here, and Velix is right there. I want to stop these guys. And then I will cast. Can I? Okay, I want to start casting Burning Hands, but
Mhm.
hold it until like they all get closer.
But that's an instantaneous spell, isn't it?
No, how holding an act, like I begin casting the spell, and then I have to set an if then, like if they get close,
Oh,
then I can use
you're
my
just
reaction.
basically. I see what you're saying. You're
Yeah,
just you move.
yeah,
You're
and then
not holding
if
your
like
action
if
until
they
they get
don't, yeah,
closer.
if they don't walk towards me, then I waste, like I already cast the spell regardless.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine with me.
So yeah, assuming they're gonna walk towards me, I'm gonna cast it at second level. So I will delay that to once they get close enough, because it's only like a 15 foot. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
Awesome. Well, that means Velix is up.
I got a 15 on perception to see if Velix notices that he's casting a spell.
I think it would be pretty obvious considering it's burning hands. He's kind of got his hands above his head, I would imagine.
Okay.
You know,
Well, there's also a verbal and a somatic component, which
yeah.
I can forego the somatic with my warcaster, but I'd still have to say I'm an ahoo, whatever the you hear me doing something. Yeah.
Okay.
I just don't think undead are smart enough to see, oh, he's casting a fire spell. Let me hold off.
No, these have a 7 for intelligence. They are not.
Yeah, these are the first undead that my guys fought, I'm sure.
I don't think there's a whole lot she can do right now. She wouldn't charge ahead into them if she saw you casting a spell.
You don't want to
Right.
go through the spike growth.
And she doesn't want to go through the spike growth.
You could take
ranged
long way
attack?
around.
Throw a hammer or a javelin or something.
Oh, she can throw her shield. I forgot about that ability.
Oh, I didn't know she could. Okay.
30 feet.
Also, when you picked your shield up this morning, what shape or whatever did you pick? Because that's a
Oh, an extra 1d6 piercing.
Okay.
Now you're not going to get that when you're throwing your shield. You're just going to get that when you're using it as a melee weapon.
Yeah.
Right. It's like a spike in the center.
Yeah, I was kind of imagining it like another set of antlers or whatever she has.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I mean, it's
All
up
right,
to
are
you,
you throwing
really.
it
It's
at the
you're
spike
the one that
growth,
design.
or-
You're the one who shapes it. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We throwing it up here or at the west side?
West side.
Let's go up there north.
Okay, the front guy.
Yeah.
All right, do your thing, Captain.
All right. 2 attacks. Does a 16 hit?
I'm fairly certain it does.
I was gonna say undead are usually like 12.
Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, that's exactly at 12. Yeah, armor class of 12.
12. Okay. All right. So I'm good.
I think zombies are like 8.
Yeah. Remember when skeletons had like an extremely high AC?
Yeah.
Like they had like a 19 or something at one point, did they? It was like, why
I mean,
are
you could
these?
still technically have a skeleton wearing like full plate or something.
Well, no, I'm just saying it used to be like in third edition, I think it was like skeletons had an amazingly high AC because there was
Yeah.
nothing there to hit.
Right.
All right, so you throw the shield.
Bonk.
Mm-hmm. And she deals 13 points of damage.
13. All
Does
right,
it
now,
land
does this shield like
in the
return
spike
to you
growth?
then, or
That's what I was asking.
Yes.
oh?
Nerf Felix is too powerful.
Yeah, where is it? I can only make one attack doing that, though.
Right. But it's like Captain America, you throw it and bounce it and it hits a building and then comes back to you and you catch it.
I guess that would be cool.
If my character knew anything about physics, I'd say that thing defies the laws of physics.
It's like a really dangerous Tensor's floating disc.
Right.
Right.
Cool. So you hit that guy for 13.
Yes.
Nice.
Sorry, I'm setting everything up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Is that everything for your turn?
Yes.
Alrighty. They are gonna start moving up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So as they do that, my spell's gonna go off, and they entered my spirit guardians as well.
Right. So they all need to make a wisdom save, correct?
Yes. DC 15 wisdom.
Oh my god, I love clerics.
Ooh. One of them actually made it.
Okay, so he's gonna take 5 radiant, and the other 2 take 11.
Okay.
And then my burning hands. I guess it's up to you if I would have been able to hit all 3 of them, but I'm gonna roll the damage on that.
Yeah,
That
I
is
would say
also
I would say the way you set it up, I would
Yeah.
let you go ahead and hit all 3.
Okay. So that's a DC 15 dex save that they have to make.
All right, hold on a second here. I'm
No
redoing hit
problem.
points. All right, you said a dex save?
Yeah.
Save.
And that's 9 damage.
Dexterity. Submit. Oh, they all of them made it.
Okay, so that would be 4 damage from 4 fire damage, and then 5 for the guy that saved radiant, and 11 for the 2 that didn't.
One second.
Yeah, it's a lot of numbers. Gotta love bookkeeping.
Sorry, work call.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're on call today.
No, I actually misread. I'm on call tomorrow.
Oh, well, that's better for us. Maybe worse for you.
I really don't miss being on call.
I know their token is like them eating meat or something,
Hmm.
but it looks like RoboCop with a cheesy mustache or some kind of just bad costume.
It almost
Yeah.
looks like a human arm.
Yeah.
Or a really big foot.
Well, it's like the way the hands are and everything. It's like somebody's like trying to pull the arm out of their mouth or something. Like, what is good? It's definitely a creepy picture. Just slightly comical. Yeah, I pulled up the picture from D&D Beyond. It's them eating an arm. So it's their hands in the picture. But I think they drew it wrong because their thumbs are on the do they have their thumbs are on the wrong side of their hand in this picture.
Like a Rakshasa?
I'm gonna share it in Discord. But yeah, it's like their thumbs should be on, well, I guess holding them like that. Yeah, I guess it just looks weird. Their arms are so long. Come on, work. You're stealing our DM.
Yeah, but at least he's not on call.
Yeah. And
Sorry,
here's a
somebody was having issues with the primary control.
That's a better picture of a ghoul, I think. All right, you
What's
need
that?
to repeat the damages or anything, or you got them all?
Yeah. Let me pull up my notes here. All right, so the burning hands. How much did that
Yeah.
do?
Since they all saved, they all take 4 fire.
4. Okay. Okay. All right, we got it. All right, awesome.
All right. And now that they're in my aura, their speed is halved.
Right.
And that would apply for the North group, but they're already in difficult terrain.
That does not move with them. Okay.
It does.
No, stop that. Okay. 2, 3.
All right, so he would be in my aura,
Right.
and then he would be in my aura right there.
Oh wait, I guess that's difficult terrain, so they can't.
Yeah, it's half movement speed.
Right.
So, yeah, whatever their speed is would be 20 or 15 or something.
Yeah, there we go. And they're gonna take what is it? 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet. So that's
So
3.
64.
That's 15 feet. Yeah, 2,
Mhm.
4, 6d4. So go ahead and roll your damage there, Tiger.
How
And
many
only-
dice am I rolling?
6d4.
64 dice?
60.
6d4.
Oh, 60.
6. 6
Oh,
0
6.
of a 4-sided dice. 0
Tell me if
6.
this is right. Is that right?
No.
No,
Okay. Oh,
6d4.
oh, 6.
Also, Blast,
There.
can you have a wisdom save for the very first two? The last one's still out of my range.
Save. Wisdom. Submit. 19 and 14.
Okay, the 14 is going to fail. The 19 is going to pass.
Okay.
So the 14 is going to take 8 radiant, and the other guy's going to take 4.
Okay.
Okay, they each get 11 points.
Piercing.
Yep.
I'm sorry, they take how much?
11.
11.
Mm-hmm.
That's not bad.
Yep.
All right. This one here is dead. Boom. That one there is not looking good. And this one here is pretty well injured himself.
Okay.
They're up on top of you. So these two are here are going to attack.
Yep, I was waiting for it. I will use my reaction. Well, no, I used my reaction, so never mind. So go ahead and attack me.
Yeah, 7 and 8. Nope.
Okay, they miss.
Yep. They miss. And that's it for them. We are, I believe. Oh, wait, no. We have Mr. Tiger.
Yeah, you can't forget about spike growth guy.
Nope.
And it's not like I can cast another spell.
Sure, you can.
As long as it's not a concentration spell. So you could do a cantrip or
Yeah, you can move up to here and you can do burning hands. You can.
I'm going to move right next to. I believe this is 25 feet. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh, that's much less than 25, but okay.
Okay, then this spell says instantaneous, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast Thunderwave on these three.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. In a cube in front of you. Cool.
And they need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Whoops. That's not what I'm trying to do.
You want to roll the damage? They'll just take half if they save.
Save, you said concentration or constitution, right?
Yeah, Constitution.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Constitution.
One of them,
Same thing. What was it?
16. And then one of them failed. I don't know why it's doing that.
Well,
Here,
one
save.
takes. I don't know. You barely made it.
I don't want to roll with it. Advantage. 9. All right, so 2 of them failed, 1 of them passed.
Yeah, you had to roll a 16 or higher.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay, I just need to figure out which one I'm roll first.
Should be like 3d8 or something like that. Depending on what level spell you're casting.
It doesn't tell me.
All right.
What are you casting?
Let me
Thunder.
Thunderwave. I'm getting it.
Wait, we don't have to roll 3 of them since there's 3 guys.
I already did.
No. Yeah, he rolled 3. All right. So what level did you cast it at? First, second?
I think it's level 1
Okay, that's just gonna be 2d8 thunder damage.
for all 3.
Yep. Well, the one that saved is gonna take half. But yeah, 2d8 thunder. And the 2 that failed get pushed 10 feet away.
The first one's 8.
No, it's 3,
No,
not 2. Oh wait, no, you're right. It's 2d8. Never mind. Burke. So they take 2d8. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
8
I was
points.
just saying roll once and then use that for all of them.
Yes.
So the 2 that failed would take 8 and get pushed 10 feet away. The other
No.
guy would take 4 and not get pushed.
They're dead. The one that passed did not die. Doesn't look good. He does not look good.
I'd say he's got to be pretty close.
Okay, now it's the cleric's turn. I'm done.
Okay. And we are back up at the top of the list.
I'm going to use my cool shiny scimitar. I guess I'll just roll in here. 20. Can I do this? I can. 18 to hit.
You hit him.
Alrighty, and then the damage is. Yes, I did. Okay, so it's going to be 1d6 plus 3. Five damage.
Oh, how's it look?
I think I just slash him at a diagonal.
Okay. And as you do, the creature kind of looks at you for a second, and the top half slides off the bottom half, and it lays there motionless on the ground.
All right, and then I'll use my movement to come over here and say, "We're done with our section, V. How you doing?"
She laughs a little bit, points with one hand, and says, "Darling, they're killing themselves."
Love it when a plan comes together.
All right, it's your turn, Felix.
Just gonna hold her action. I mean, what the? Yeah.
Just hold your hand out there like in the
5,
Matrix. Like, come here.
10. Okay. 5, 10. So
And
yeah,
then I
that's
gotta make
another 64.
And then
And-
wisdom saves.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, they both failed the wisdom save.
Well, that's 14 for the radiant damage. What's the 64?
It doesn't even matter. They walk into your spirit guardians that are immediately enveloped by the light and turn to ash.
Nice. You know, if they would have survived longer, I could have done turn undead and made them walk back through the stuff. All right. Do we hear anything else? Roll
No,
perception or anything?
it's actually relatively quiet.
Okay. I mean, we did see there was only 6 dots on the thing, so
Right.
we expected 6, we saw 6, but
Are the
Yeah.
dots still in the book?
Hey, Blast.
Yes.
Did they leave tracks?
Did they leave tracks?
Yeah.
I don't know. Go check it out. Roll survival.
Awesome.
I got a 21.
A 21 for survival?
Yep.
Okay.
But you weren't looking. Felix was.
I mean 22.
Oh, 22. Okay.
I got a 23.
Ooh. Can I get a 24?
Let me see. No. You get an 11.
Yeah, Emily and Vitrix.
Felix.
Felix. It's been a long, cold day.
Just think of her like
I was
Felix.
looking for tracks this way.
Yeah, well, you see those tracks, but I imagine you probably went like up here to where they entered the city. Like you followed their tracks around the building and went to like kind of where they entered. Yeah, you definitely see tracks.
Okay.
Yeah, they weren't
Do I
like
see? Do I see any people that are within eye shot?
no, everybody is evacuated.
Okay. Well, I guess if I see them walking this way, I'm gonna follow them.
I mean, once they point them out to you, you're able to see them.
Right.
It's not like you like rolled a 1 and we're like, the sky is
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
and
no.
blue, you know.
No, just that my character is more focused on like, okay, we killed the 6 that we were expecting.
Mhm.
Now we should let the villagers know that like they're not in danger at the moment. But my party ran this way, so let me go follow them first.
Yeah, no, they took off the first sign of the undead
Yeah.
coming. They were pretty well gone.
But
If we look
but
closely
these
enough,
2 have been like they're more familiar with this town. Like they've been here several times.
Yeah, they've been attacked multiple times.
Okay. You were saying, Felix?
oh, I lost my train of thought.
Don't you like it when that happens?
You were following
Love
the
it.
track. Where did they come from?
Wait, say that again?
Said you were following the tracks. What do you see?
Do they continue on, Blast?
You do see them kind of continue on like like that northeast direction. You really
Mhm.
won't know for how long without following them.
So Felix points out the tracks and says, I believe if we follow these, we may find the origin of these undead.
I mean, they had to have come from somewhere, whether that was a gravesite or a cave.
And if there's a necromancer behind it, we're going to need to put it down.
True. Do we think the people in the village are fine? Should we let them know what's going on?
Let's not consider their well-beings yet, because there might be more coming.
I
Right,
suppose that would be the right thing to do.
Okay.
Felix looks into the sky. Is it cloudy? What's it like out?
It's actually nice out.
I love the smell of undead in the morning.
It's
Oh, I wanted to make sure there wasn't going to be a sudden rain, like downpour that washed away the tracks.
I mean, it hasn't rained in a little while.
If only we had a druid.
Which is kind of unusual considering that the farmers are tending to their fields and stuff.
Right.
So you can imagine it's, in and around planting season. So they're hoping for some rain, but it hasn't.
Hmm.
I'm gonna check if there's any check if there's anything different about this weather.
All right.
I guess I'm gonna, while they're doing that, I'm gonna wander and see if I
Roll
can
a.
catch up with any of the villagers.
Do you have a nature?
Yes,
He
I
should have
do.
any.
Roll a nature check.
A 20, dirty 20.
30-20. It's not unusual for this time of year to have a little bit of a dry spell. It's still early in the planting season for the rains really to come.
No, I'm detecting rain. See if there's a hint of rain in the air.
No.
Ah,
No, at least not in the immediate not at least not in the immediate
area.
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
So am I able to catch up with any of the villagers, or did they just start sprinting down the road away from the village?
They went into the main part of the town. So you'd have to go back probably the whole way
Yeah, I'm
to
just
like the probably the whole way back to like the well, which is in the center of the village to really.
okay. I mean, it's not like 3 hours away, right?
No, and honestly, once you got to like the edge,
Yeah.
you would most likely run into some local town guard. Not
Okay.
that they're
Yeah,
going
I'm
to
just
do
gonna stop
much.
the first person I see, and let them know that we dispatched the undead. There's some tracks. We're gonna follow them to see where they came from. We'll let them know that they're safe currently.
Okay. Yeah, and he just, of course, they ask the basic questions. Who are you? Who are you with? Why are you
I'm
here?
Elric. Uh, I'm here because um, I'm a hero, and Pillar put me here. I don't know. Let's see. What would I tell him? I'd probably say that I'm Elric. I just joined up with a party that's on a quest to dispatch undead and save the world. And a mystic book told us there were undead coming, so we came to stop them. We're following the tracks.
He just kind of looks at you and, okay, but the undead's gone, right?
Yep, there was
All
only
right,
6, and we killed them all.
awesome. Well, very, very good job. Good luck with that magic book of yours.
Oh yeah, it's great. And I bow and walk away.
So, all right, what are you guys doing?
Well, regroup with these guys and say we're following these tracks.
Oh, yeah. Let's see where they go.
Okay.
I'm off the edge of the world.
Whoops, wrong thing.
We're
Hold
in a
on.
swamp.
Resize the fit. There we go. And back to layers. All right, look at that. I'm becoming a pro.
Right.
And look, you guys are already resetting yourselves down to the proper corners. Look at that.
I take an educated guess.
So as you go through, were able to follow the tracks. Again, they weren't being stealthy like
No.
at all about where they're being. Um However, things do get a little bit more difficult once you get into the marshlands.
Alrighty. It's got to be another swamp.
So what are you guys doing?
I was waiting for the map to update so I could see what we're looking at.
Yeah, same here.
You guys don't see the swamp?
No,
Nope.
we see the village.
Oh.
Look at you being a pro.
How about now?
Nope, still see
Nope.
the village.
You still see the village, okay?
Mm-hmm. Oh, now I see the Y. Now I see the courtyard and the castle and a swamp.
Now you see the swamp. Okay.
Yes.
Great.
All right. Well, I'm not the one following the track, so I'm going to defer to these people. They're more naturey than I am. I grew up in the city.
Let me look into something real quick.
Elric looks on the ground. Do you see something? Ping everyone.
No,
Yeah.
she just wants to follow the tracks. Do you want me to roll another survival?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow the tracks as well.
Because it's probably getting more difficult.
I'll go ahead and give you guidance as I see you looking around.
Ooh. Either 24 or 25. Which one do you want?
Okay.
Got an 11.
With the guidance, you got an 11?
What does guidance do?
Add a d4.
Oh. Okay, make that a 12.
Alrighty. Tiger, you said you got a
5%
25?
better.
Yep.
Alrighty. You actually do manage to find a couple of footprints to get an idea of what direction they came from. And it seems like they crossed, from what you can tell, like you just found like a couple of footsteps like here, here, and here, like just kind of leading into the swamp.
Mm-hmm.
But you
Okay,
haven't
I'm gonna
really
point.
explored much further in.
Oh, didn't mean to ping. Okay, guys, follow me. I see a little bit of tracks going this way.
All right. You said this is like a marsh?
Yes. Yeah,
Is it like a deep marsh?
you haven't checked yet.
I'm just curious about the gnome and the satyr walking around.
Yeah, you haven't really checked yet. I mean, you're on solid ground right now. But you
Okay.
can definitely tell that it's getting deeper as you
All right.
walk out further. I mean, you see
As
the body.
I'm
You see the
walking-
body of water, and you can
Yeah.
kind of get an idea, of how deep it is, but you don't know. You know that's
Yeah.
bottom, but you don't know if it's solid. You don't know if it's mud.
Mhm.
Like you could step
Yeah.
in there and just be enveloped. You know.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna use one of my staff as a walking stick.
Okay, so you're kind of poking the ground ahead of you.
Yep.
Okay, that's smart.
Mhm.
That is very smart.
Yeah, I was about to say watch your step, but it looks like you got it.
Now you do see this little like pedestal sticking out of the mud
Okay.
up here. It's a little ways
Oh.
away. You really can't make out the writing that's on it. I mean, you can tell
Okay.
there's something carved into it, but you're not 100% certain. Even if it is anything, you know.
Right.
Okay, who's taller out of the group?
Elric steps forward.
How tall is Elric?
Let me double check. I'm 5 foot something.
Felix is 5'5".
Yeah, I'm 5'6".
You are the tallest.
And I'm the tallest. Do you need me to pick you up or walk first, or what's going on?
Yeah, you're taller. You get to walk first.
Okay. Are we going north? Are we going west?
Well, the track ends right here.
Okay. Is
What
this
about
just
the
like a bunch of
monument?
trees over here on the left?
What was that?
Is this just a bunch of trees over here?
You really haven't investigated.
Okay. I just wasn't sure if that's what it
I
looks
mean,
like on the map.
from where you're at, yeah, it just looks like a bunch of a plant matter.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I see the waterway looking thing in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say let's walk around these archipelago land masses over here. And I would just walk this way around, investigating for whatever. Because I didn't see the footprints. So I'm just kind of not being stealthy, more being cautious.
Right, you're checking your footing before you take a step. I would imagine
Yeah.
you guys
So,
are walking slow speed.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
yeah. So I just don't want to
You're
move too far. And then you're like, well, hold up.
you're not charging across the battlefield.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess once we get to here, if I see that big pole, I guess I would take a detour this way just to see what it is out of curiosity. I need to roll anything or
No, you come to it. It's looks like somebody kind of took a a pole that holds like a dock up and like stuck it in the middle of this and then carved a bunch of runes into it.
uh any runes I recognize?
Roll an arcana.
May I also roll an Arcana?
Sure.
That's gonna be 16 plus my D4.
Okay. I mean it's a 10 DC.
19.
19.
Alrighty.
The Lord guide us.
Yeah, you actually do. You see runes on there. They're protection spells.
Mm-hmm.
There's some. It looks almost like what's that one spell where the beware, you can make the walls talk.
Oh, magic mouth or
Magic
something like
mouth.
that.
Yeah, with possibly like a some other triggering spells. Like obviously something's meant to set this thing off and it hasn't gone off yet.
Well,
Well, I ask you, if we're not in a hurry, I could detect magic just to see, if anything, you know, jumps out at me.
Yeah, because you can cast that as a ritual, right?
Just takes 11 minutes.
Right.
Well, 10 minutes plus 1 action, so
Yeah.
10 minutes and 6 seconds.
May I cast Identify on the object as a ritual?
In theory, we could do both at the same time.
Yeah, identify does require touching it.
I know.
What are you doing for 10 minutes, Emily?
Taking a
What are we doing? Sorry, I wasn't paying
Now,
attention.
what are you trying to identify?
You learn the properties of the object, how to use them, whether it requires attunement, how many charges it has, if any.
I
You
think he's
learn
trying
whether any.
to identify the stick.
Yeah,
But the stick itself isn't innately magic.
the runes are magic, right?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, that wouldn't work then. Okay, so we'll go with just Aelric.
I mean, you cast
Alright.
detect magic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You actually get a variety
Mm-hmm.
of magic coming off of this thing. You have evocation.
Mm-hmm.
You have illusion.
Okay.
And you have conjuration magic on this pole.
Okay. And it also has a range of 30 feet. Like, so I do a quick scan, like, in case there's, like, a magic rock or
Nope.
something else glowing somewhere. It's just this.
Just that. Just the runes themselves glow with that magic.
Okay. And I would relay to the party that there's evocation, illusion, and what did you say, conjuration?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not getting anything else, but those are the 3 that I'm getting off of this pole. Do we want to?
Is it dangerous?
I mean, evocation. I mean, you're talking that could be fireball or it could be cure wounds. Like illusion, maybe the swamp's not real. Conjuration could be conjuration of like undead that are coming to the village. So maybe we touch it or
I'm gonna
say
touch it.
abracadabra.
Conjuration
I'm
actually
gonna
does
touch it.
more than just conjure things, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna touch the pole.
You touch it?
Yep.
Where are you touching it?
Whoa.
Show me on the pole where you're touching now.
I'm only 3 feet tall, so whatever's on the bottom.
So you're touching whatever you can
that I
reach.
can reach.
So yeah, what
Okay.
runes are on the bottom?
You touch the pole,
Ah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I touched the pole.
Okay, your character disappears.
Good thing or bad thing?
You'll know soon. He reaches
Did I
up.
detect any magic when that happened?
Yes, conjuration.
Okay.
Yep, he reaches up, and as soon as he touches the pole, you see the conjuration rune glow. And
Okay. I'm gonna relay that to Velix when he touched it, or when she touched it. Conjuration whisked her away.
Well, shit.
Shall we follow at this point?
I think we have to, right?
Yeah.
At this point, we don't really have a choice, so
Yeah,
let's
I
go.
do like a cursory look around, like make sure nothing's going on. I don't hear any battle drums in the distance, and then I touch the rune.
Okay. And yeah, your character disappears.
And Felix follows.
Okay.
And then Felix is like, I never liked them anyways.
All right, go ahead and roll up go ahead and roll up new characters. No, I'm fucking with
All
you.
right, I got one locked up.
Nope, that was well, you'll find out what it is soon enough here. So after it feels you feel yourself surrounded by magic. You don't you've never felt this before. Everything just kind of as the rune moves you, you feel yourself vanish. It's about the only way I could really describe it. Everything goes dark.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, it already is. Ah!
Ah.
I keep doing this as token instead of the map. Where are you?
Are you friendly? How old are you?
What?
I was doing Phasmo.
I thought you were for a second there. I was like, wait, what game are we playing?
You're like, where are you? Are you friendly? Are you here? Can you manifest?
What happened to... Ah, here we go.
All right, I got my new character. I'm a barbarian. Barbarian pirate.
All right, do you guys see that?
We see a swamp.
Yep.
You see a swamp. Okay.
I saw something move in the background, but nope. Now I see the town.
Yep. We're coming back around. Just
Yep.
There we go. Do you see that?
A big labyrinth. Yep.
Okay, you see the labyrinth.
Yeah, with a spike pit and like a bar
Yeah.
or something. What? I see my token. Gonna have to zoom in on this map.
Yep.
So no.
Are all teleported into a very small room.
Right.
And you hear howling. Like unnatural howling.
Elric says that's unnatural sounding. Ooh.
You hear scratching. You hear crying. You hear pleading.
Okay.
What other features are in this room?
What you see is in the room. It's a prison cell, basically. You have a small desk. There's a small, almost like a well, a spring that kind of has water coming up out of it. Doesn't look very good.
Mm-hmm.
There's a single, well, they call it a bed, but it's more just a couple of boards kind of nailed together with a very thin blanket laid on top.
Mm-hmm.
More or less just to keep you off the floor so the rats don't eat you. But there's only one bed.
Okay.
And you hear wailing.
Coming from down the hallway or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess if this room's that small, I'm gonna walk this way and just see what I see.
You come to a locked door. It's fully metal. Can't really see much. There's no window. There's no.
Is there a door handle?
Not on your side.
Hmm. There's
Um,
no.
your detect magic is still going, right?
Yeah, it goes for 10 minutes.
Yeah, you see the door itself is magically locked.
Okay. I would relay that to them. There's a magically locked door up here.
Don't you have knock?
I walk up to the door and I knock.
Hate that spell.
You don't cast knock. You're just knocking on the door.
That's a wizard spell. I'm not a wizard.
I'm gonna investigate this room.
There's not really much there.
Right.
You see you see some scratches marked in the wall. You can imagine they kind of are left there by maybe the previous tenant.
Oh,
Right. So the door itself doesn't look magical. It's just locked by magic.
What's that?
The door
Hey, Vin.
itself isn't magic. It's just locked by magic.
Yes.
is it bars or is it like a solid door?
It's a solid metal door.
Okay.
Think you can beat it down?
Yeah, I could actually try.
All right, I'll put you over there.
I mean,
Don't have
I don't
your
think
weapons.
any of us. Wait, what?
You don't have your weapons. No staves, no swords, no shields.
Interesting.
No belongings, just the clothes that were on your back.
All right. Well, I grabbed the Morning Star out of this little weapons
In fact,
rack here.
even your horns have been taped to blunt them.
Are
What?
you serious?
Yes.
Wow. I
So
am deeply hurt.
Elric comes up to you and says, "Have you ever heard of a battering satyr?"
I mean, it's not a permanent thing. It's basically they've taken some, looks almost like pine tar, and
This is some powerful magic.
something to just kind of scrape together and.
Okay.
So I guess we wait or join in the wailing and scratching.
Oh, why don't we just
I
try
want
calling out?
to.
I did knock. I don't know if anybody answered.
You wouldn't know if anybody's outside, anyways. You can't see through the door.
No, I'm just saying, in case you thought that was a bit, like I did knock when he said, "Don't you have knock?" I'm like, "No." Does anybody know some good jokes?
Hmm.
All right, I'll start. Why did the dwarf climb the roof of the tavern?
Why?
He heard drinks were on the house.
Oh, that was delightful.
Well, that doesn't seem rather safe.
All right, I'm going to investigate this room a little more thoroughly.
That's what I said.
Right, what do
It's-
you
Did you
investigate?
roll, Tiger?
It's stone. It's cold. There's no light.
Oh, well, I can cast light.
Well, I mean, there's a little bit, like there's slits kind of along the top where a little bit of light comes in, but like you really can't you really can't devise if it's sunlight, if it's
Mhm.
magic. It's just enough to kind of give some illumination.
Well, I'll pick up a random piece of debris and cast light on it and just toss it in the middle of the room. And then I
Okay.
go stand by this urinal over here. I actually don't know what that is in the picture, so
Felix comes back into the room, kind of slumps down against a wall.
okay.
After a few minutes, the the noises made by your cellmates, as you can imagine, start to
No.
change.
Yeah.
You hear the heavy footsteps of somebody in very heavy plate armor coming down, coming closer.
All right. You guys hear that?
Yep.
Stands up.
I guess be ready for anything. I'm sure everything will be fine, though.
We'll find out.
But Pelor wouldn't have put me here if it wasn't going to work out.
You
You
hear
sure about that?
you hear a hard metal rap on the door. And then the door
Felix goes
opens.
to the door.
Ah, you're the new arrivals. You see a man dressed head to toe in black, full plate with a black shield, very similar to the one you had, carrying a maul with one hand that's wreathed in necrotic, crackling energy.
So where are we?
In a place that puts people in their place.
That wasn't vague at all. All right, who are you then?
I'm the warden of this prison.
Do we get out for good behavior? How does this work?
Good behavior. Nobody here is for good behavior. Why are you here?
Because our friend likes touching runes.
Basically, yes, our friend does like touching runes.
What are your names?
So I suppose we came on his behalf. Or her behalf, excuse me.
What are your names?
Felix.
I say, I'm Aelric.
Felix, Aelric, and the small one.
You can't see me.
No, but I can smell you.
They call me Dragonheart.
Dragonheart. He looks a little puzzled. He closes the door, and you hear him, well, as much as you can, turn around and start to walk back down the hallway.
Elric shouts, "What was your name?"
I could
No
cut his
answer.
throat out.
So we're
No
in a place
answer.
that puts people in their place. But he didn't know who we were or why we were here. Sounds like there's some flaws in their system.
He looked a little puzzled before he left.
Oh, was there a slit we could see him?
Well, no, as you said your names, you could see that it. We'll go ahead and roll a perception or insight.
Insight?
Yeah.
Alrighty. 17.
Okay.
Inside. 23.
Okay.
$12.
You can see a little bit of confusion in his eyes. The other two can see a little bit of you see the confusion and a little bit of surprise when you say your names.
Were we
Like-
supposed to say ghoul or wraith?
Yeah, it's almost as like it's almost as like, oh shit, we messed up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They're like the beginning of Skyrim, like, who are you? You're not on the list.
I love that opening. Oh man.
Yeah. Alright, so we gotta side with the Stormcloaks or
What's that?
the Imperials. Oh,
So-
Skyrim joke.
Oh, yeah, I never played it.
Felix goes back into the main chamber and begins casting Find Familiar as a ritual.
Nice.
All right. Well, it's not too much longer after he leaves. Like maybe like another like 10 minutes.
Mhm.
So you'd just be
hear-
finishing.
Yeah, you hear the footsteps return, and this time without even knocking, the door opens.
Well, I take a step back, just instinct or reflexively. Hello.
Hello. It seems there's been a mix-up.
Sounds likely.
Follow me.
All right. I don't hesitate.
So he walks you up the hallway, and you see the wraiths, you see a zombie, you see some skeletons. As you go further up, you see a treant that is starting to look undead,
Okay.
as well as the owlbear is starting to show signs of zombification.
What an unholy place.
All will be explained. So he leads you down a couple of hallways. And again, these corridors right now are very cold. There's no color, there's no real dissemination.
I gotta say, being an HVAC guy, I figured there'd be some kind of central heating in here.
It's a prison. There wouldn't be any. Please keep up.
What? It's harder with the snap to grid thing.
Oh, you shouldn't be.
No, if I do just me, it doesn't. But if I do me and Felix, then it does.
Oh, okay. So eventually he leads you up to a door. Please go through.
Oh,
All will be explained.
okay. I try to walk through the door.
Yeah, it's open. In fact, when you
Okay. I
open
didn't know if it
it,
was closed.
no, when you open it, you actually feel a little bit of warmth, and you see a woman, um, red hair. She's elvish, sitting at the
Right.
end of the table, and
Okay.
she has a little bit of a smile on her face. Your equipment is all lined up nicely on this couch over here,
Okay. I
and
noticed that, but I don't grab it right away. Where's Felix sitting?
Oh, Felix is immediately grabbing her shield, just her shield for now, and is sitting to the right,
Like that?
closer to you.
Gotcha.
alrighty, everybody's settled.
Yes.
Sure.
I apologize. There has been a little bit of a mix up. As you know, there's been a drastic increase in the amount of undead. And you
Yeah.
seem to have run into one of our containment units.
Yeah, we followed the tracks of some undead that invaded a city, and they led back to your containment unit. Did one
We
of your ghouls get out?
no. These are not my undead. Somebody else is creating these.
You're merely
We
trapping them.
yes, and studying them. There's a lot to learn from undead. Um, it's weird though. We are seeing. Well, you saw the creatures as you walk through. The owlbear, the treant, creatures you normally do not see as undead. How they were doing this, we don't know. That's part of the reason why we're studying them.
You say how they are doing this. Do you have any idea who they are?
We do not. It seems that graveyards throughout the entire land, multiple cities, multiple towns, multiple churches are all being raided of their dead. And obviously they've moved on to other things.
Hmm. And holy rituals, it sounds like.
We keep seeing the same symbols of a raven feather.
Mm.
My understanding is you have fought quite a few undead yourselves. Have you come across these pendants, or sometimes they're nothing more than just dried clay?
Out of character, I'm going to assume I haven't come into any of that stuff. That's just these two.
Yes, that is correct. And even then, it was very brief for them as well.
Right.
Well, I know I've
However,
heard of the Raven Queen.
well, obviously,
Yeah, I
because you're
don't
living
think.
in her
Yeah.
castle.
Mm-hmm. Um. Yeah, I would say I've heard of the Raven Queen, and that she's trying to come back, but I haven't. These are the first undead I've seen
The Raven
related to
Queen is
her.
coming back.
Yes.
Interesting.
Well, she's trying to.
She's been dead for eons.
Mm-hmm. I look at my party here and I say, I believe our task is to make sure that doesn't happen.
In the grand scheme of things, yes, that's exactly what we have to do.
Huh.
We are, after all, living in her castle. We'd have to move if she came back.
You were living in the Raven Queen's castle.
Yeah, I perfectly said that to see if I got a rise out of her. Yes. And I hold up my or I don't hold it. I point. I said, "That's where I got my my fancy scimitar over there." That that's how we found the undead that were attacking a village. A book in her library told us of it.
You have a book that tells you the location of undead.
Well, we didn't know they were undead until we got here, but the book did want us to know they were there.
So you live in the Raven Queen's castle,
Mm-hmm.
which again has been lost to the sands of time for longer than anyone can possibly imagine.
Mm-hmm.
You say you have a magic book that shows you the location of undead.
Well, I woke up one day and there was a map with dots moving, and we put the pieces together and stopped it.
Hmm. Perhaps that encounter with the undead has drove you mad after all.
I laugh. You're the one trapping zombies in a basement.
And the question is, why were we teleported here?
Well, undead are a lot of things, and smart is not one of them. Generally, we use those poles to attract them. Sometimes they make the sound of an injured animal. Sometimes we have them make the sound of a villager. And when they go to attack or touch it, they are teleported here. If they try to destroy it, then it will defend itself. You're lucky you didn't attack it. Otherwise, well, you probably wouldn't have liked what have happened.
I don't make it at a point to attack things that don't need to die, and this was just a pole in a swamp.
To you, yes, but to an undead, it's a it's an unresistible treat.
I have to admit, I did nearly strike it.
Hmm. Well, if you see any more of these poles, I suggest you stay away. Unless you want to end up back here.
No, thank you. The intrusive thoughts didn't quite win.
So
There's-
knowing what you know, is there anything that you can tell us that would help us in preventing the Raven Queen's return? Since clearly we're both aligned in that aspect.
Well, we didn't have any knowledge of the Raven Queen returning. That we'll have to look into as well. We do have quite the library here.
You don't say.
But you are free to go whenever you wish. If you need to rest, you may. You maybe want to spend the night. It is getting late.
All right, can't hurt.
Did this lady say what her name was?
No, she hasn't actually.
Yeah, I guess Elric will ask. And who might you be? We've told you of we've told you our names and what our quest is, and who are you, and are you alone, or are you working with an organization?
As you walk through, as you were walking through the corridors, you did see. Now they weren't, dressed in black armor with a shield and that type of stuff. But you did see people tending to the undead.
Tending to, as in like experimenting,
Well, not so much
or like
experimenting.
making sure they have like legs to eat.
Exactly. You did see people that were cleaning. Like you don't know exactly what these people were doing, but they were freely walking the halls with any type of escort. So you would imagine, they did. I don't know if you could say work there.
But
But
they looked like they belonged.
yes, exactly. Now they did part way and give plenty of room when you guys walk through. But no more so than like you would do if like the owner of a large company came through and with his board of directors and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just a peon, so I'm going to get up against the wall so you can walk through in a row of 3.
Yeah. But she doesn't say her name or anything?
Oh, you asked her name.
Yeah, I said, who are you, and are you alone, or do you work at another organization?
My name
Obviously, I
is
wouldn't have said, are you working alone if I saw the people, but
right.
everything else.
No, my name is Anetta.
Anetta?
Yes. I started this organization with a few other clerics that have noticed again the increase in undead.
Mm-hmm.
You are in a castle very far north from where you normally come from. Word of your adventures have actually reached all the way up here, believe it or not. That dragon
reputation
was
precedes us.
that dragon was mighty impressive. They are struggling to find a new source of energy to ignite their kilns and their forges.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes things that must be done must be done. I told them to switch over to magic years ago, but they won't listen.
You
know how
said
that
you
goes.
started this organization.
Along with a few others, yes.
What do people call you?
We haven't really come up with anything as far as an official title. We mostly just study undead. It's interesting the changes that are taking place. We're starting to see skeletons that have natural weapons, claws where once, rounded bone fingers were. Zombies that not only have their normal resistances, but actually start to regain their fighting essence. It's almost as if it's almost like a form of undead resurrection.
Right. I'm assuming the answer is no, but can I roll like a religion to see like if I've heard of anything like this in my past studies of undead and stuff?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's gonna be 15 plus my guidance. 17.
You've heard of this, but it's been a very long time since.
So I read about it in like an old history book, like Old Testament. There was skeletons with claws and zombies that could fly or something.
Right. It's kind of like the Illuminati.
Right.
Is it real? Is it not?
But I've heard of stuff.
Yeah. Like, obviously, the rumors are very much outweigh the reality of things.
Mm-hmm.
But from roll a religion check.
Another one?
Yes.
Okay. It's going to be a dirty 20 plus 21. Dirty 21.
Oh. You're starting to notice the crest on her chest, on the table.
I thought that was like a candelabra.
No, it's actually carved into the table. It's inlaid with a different type of wood.
Mm.
It's not one that you recognized off the bat.
Right.
Um, but as you kind of sit there, it's I don't know how to say this. Uh, Keely Movor, K
Keely
E
Mover?
yeah KELEMVOR.
Oh, Kellenvor.
Oh, thank you, Kelemvor, God of the Dead.
Okay. You don't like her.
And as you're looking at the insignias, you can see that it's um, a bunch of skeletons that are holding balanced scales.
Hmm. And I would know that that's not an evil deity.
Correct. Somber but not evil. Dutiful
Right.
guard of the dead and bastion against undeath.
So, bastion against undeath, but keeper of the dead, basically.
Right. Yeah, so they
So they like dead people as long as they stay dead.
correct. They're Gravedigger
You
clerics generally choose that as their deity because again, there's a cycle to life. There's life,
Mhm.
there's birth, there's life, there's death. Anything
Yeah.
beyond that is a
It's
slight
unnatural.
against. Exactly. It's completely unnatural, needs to be destroyed.
What if I cast Revivify? It's only been 30 seconds.
Well, that's different.
I know.
But like raising something as undead is unnatural.
Yeah. Necromancers are bad. Gotcha.
Exactly. Necromancers, liches, you know, um,
Right.
Dragoliths, that type of stuff. Completely out.
Right. Um, were you gonna say something, Felix?
I'm sorry, what was that?
I just wasn't sure if you were gonna say something. Sounded like you and Blast started talking at the same time.
Oh, again, lost my train of thought.
Okay. So I'm gonna walk towards my stuff on the couch and say, "Are all of your companions followers of Kellenvor?"
Everyone
To
who's
let her
here.
know that I'm like up to speed on who she is, type thing.
Yes. Yes, we all worship Kellenvor. Although anybody who aids us in our is good to us.
Right. Well, I'm all fine with people dying. It's the coming back to life as a ghoul and invading towns that I have a problem with.
As do we.
So in that we are allies.
And to study the undead and see if there's any way to permanently stop them from becoming undead. It's kind of what we do here.
Mm.
Interesting.
I usually just call upon the light of Pelor and smite them to death.
Oh, we have some that do that as well. Of course, not the Palor, sorry. But our paladins are mighty. Some were a little bit more theatrical than others.
Mm-hmm. So I say over my shoulder, are you staying in the shadows, or how much influence do you have?
We operate outside of most detection. Our work is
Mm-hmm.
best left untainted by bureaucracy,
Mm-hmm.
left
Mm-hmm.
untouched by those who think they know what they're talking about.
I'll be right back if somebody wants to talk.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, it's one of the map is one of the free things on Roll20. You can explore it as a dungeon, or we're using it as a prison and test bed for undead. And the group is meeting with the one of the leaders. But like you can see, like over here in this area, off to the left, you have workshops where they've kind of disassembled undead. See how much of an undead person you can really disassemble before it stops being undead and is actually dead. Um, you have areas where you can have combat, see what their abilities are, any changes, any extra things of that nature, any extra abilities, that type of stuff.
All right, I'm back. Did anybody talk?
Nope, I was just telling chat about the map,
Yeah,
about the map.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Like she has there's workshops off here to the left.
Yeah,
Where they can like disassemble undead to see how much of an undead constitutes as undead.
right,
There's like a small combat arena to see what abilities they have. They can
right.
put them up against different things.
Ooh, that could be fun.
If you can get them to fight each other or whatever, yeah.
Exactly what weapons are working best. Damage types, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
They experiment with different types of arrows and crossbow bolts. Obviously, there's a room where they use as a treasury. You have some storage. You have bedrooms.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's like a cafeteria. There's like a small area down towards the bottom there where, as you can see, it's kind of like a small bar with some gaming tables, things of that nature, just to relax. I mean, you can't be disassembling undead all day and not have a chance to relax.
Right. So once Elric grabs all of his stuff, he will tell, forget her name, but he'll tell her, research is all well and good, and you've put up random poles and swamps to lure undead there,
Mm-hmm.
but who's supposed to protect the towns that they're invading? We can't be there for everybody. Don't you have enough men to do some actual good instead of just writing more books of how to toy with undead and what's the best way to kill them and stuff? And then he'll like walk towards the door.
We do wish we could protect everybody, but unfortunately, we are only so large ourselves. Was kind of hoping that you would join us.
I'm not like walking all the way. I'm just like out of the room, like in the doorway. See if anybody else wants to talk, but
You want us to join you?
Well, yes, grown quite skilled. You're very powerful. You're doing a fantastic job of guarding your own town, as well as some others. You've made friends with some influential people. We understand that you meant Mr. Brightwood.
Right, so this is how it goes now. What will you do for us if we join you?
Well, for starters, what we can do is we can bankroll your adventures. We can offer upgraded materials as you encounter upgraded undead. If the Raven Queen is coming back, you're going to need every piece of information about undead that you can possibly imagine, because I can imagine she is not going to come back peacefully. And yes, she generally does not like undead. However, we don't know what her intentions are as of this time. With the increase in undead, we are concerned that she has actually been turned. Possibility of working with Orcus or something of that nature to regain some power. We don't know just yet. We just heard about this information ourselves. I apologize for not being completely upfront with you at first. However, you do understand with the type of work that we do, infiltrators can be rather detrimental.
Well, you claim that you're being secretive because you're worried about infiltration, yet you knew who you were when we got here.
We wouldn't have
And you
brought
want
you
us
here
to
if we
join
didn't know
you.
who you were.
Is there again, I don't know if it's a religion check, but as far as like, so the Raven Queen is dead, been dead for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Would I know anything about like if her plan is to come back, would she come back as the Raven Queen? Would she come back as somebody else and then like reveal herself later as the Raven Queen once she has followers? Like, is there anything that I would know about that sort of thing?
No, you know what the Raven Queen was. She was basically the
Is she the only god that's ever died?
that you kind of know of.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's more, seems to be more history about her death, and
Right.
anyone here a professor in religion? Um, no,
I'm trying in religion.
you know that she was basically a farrier of souls. She
Mm-hmm.
generally did not like undead, especially intelligent undead.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little surprising that she'd be creating all this if it truly was her.
Yeah.
However, because of the way she was killed, which you also knew a history of talking with Mr. Brightwood, it's a possibility that she's either been turned by other forces or maybe somebody masquerading as her. As of
Right.
this
But the
point,
Raven,
you don't really
r-
know.
right. But the Raven Queen, you said she doesn't like undead, so she's not evil either, right?
No. No.
Did LB ever tell us why he killed her? Because I don't remember if he did.
She was responsible for millions and millions of deaths by setting off massive amounts of nukes.
Gotcha. So she was doing evil things for who knows why.
Correct.
Well, you would assume that if she were to come back, she would either A, learn from her mistakes, which isn't likely, or B, do the whole nuke thing again.
Yeah, could be she's trying to finish what she started.
Right. Well, I look at my two buddies here. What do you think? Do we want to Join these people and be bankrolled, or just keep doing what we're doing? Be allies but not friends? Friends with benefits? Like, how do we want to define this, if at all?
I think it's a very tempting offer. And I'd be willing to do it if we could also freelance and do our own thing as well.
Well, yes, of course. We're not holding you hostage saying that you have to do this. However, it's almost the will of the gods.
So we go about our lives like we've been doing, stopping evil and saving people. And you work in the background to figure stuff out and give us resources, whether that's items or information along the way.
Information, gold, weapons.
Mm-hmm.
We can offer those things. We may need you to take on a task here and there, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, even our forces are very limited. We do have people working over multiple areas.
And what happens if you need us for a job and we say no?
Well, the funding stops. However, we have not had anybody say no to us yet. Our requests are not unreasonable.
Mm.
I mean, part of your contract would be defending the towns that you're currently defending.
Right.
If you know information that maybe we don't know, providing that information back to us.
Well, I'm willing to give it a try.
I'm willing as well.
If you do hear more about the Raven Queen returning or any information such as, obviously getting that back to us. If we hear word that there's another attack.
Is there a way to communicate with you, or do we have to go touch a random pole whenever we...
You will see the poles randomly throughout, mostly in open areas. If you do want to come back here, you're more than welcome to touch one of those. It will, unfortunately, most of the time, bring you back into a holding cell. So I do apologize for that.
There's no secret entrance or a key phrase to just open the door?
For safety,
maybe a sending stone?
A sending stone that we will offer. That way we can exchange information back and forth.
Hey, Black.
Oh, wow. Okay, it's that time.
Give me my sending stone.
Alrighty, folks. Well, hey, thanks for joining us tonight. This went a little longer than I anticipated. But anyways, thank you, Typort. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Faust, for joining us. Any parting words of wisdom, Mr. Faust?
Not tonight. We're getting some good audience lately, and I think that's been great. So keep on watching.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. Our views have really been skyrocketing, especially after the fact, which is awesome. Don't forget to hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. I'm like 2 people away from 300 subscribers.
We got a week left in the new year.
I know. I'm trying. I really want to hit 300 by the end of the year. And I am literally
from the rooftops.
2 people away. Now you're starting to sound like Little Pooper.
I've seen a video or two.
But yeah, he sits there and mocks me the whole time I'm doing my outro. But as you guys know, you've heard it 1,000 times. You'll hear it hopefully 1,000 more times. Thank you guys. If you hadn't hit the subscribe button, please go ahead and do so now. And if you already have, thank you. I really do appreciate and cherish each and every one of you. And the best way to help me grow the channel is tell your neighbors, tell your friends, and shout it from the rooftops. Like, comment, and subscribe to Blast 338. Have a great time, and we'll see you Thursday night for Thursday Night Live with Phasmophobia with Avery. And Mr. Tiger, you're going to be missing out again this week.
Yep.
That's unfortunate.
And probably next week as well.
Well, we'll get you back eventually.
Mm-hmm.
So, alrighty, folks. Have a very happy holiday, whichever you may celebrate. Please be safe. That is the main thing. Don't drink too much. Don't eat too much. I know with me, it's always too much family, too much food. So, all right. Have a great time, and we'll see you Thursday, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Thursday Night Live with Avery. Until then, bye-bye.